Hello, welcome to this analysis on Chroma coin. That's CHR. Now, I'll be running this analysis on Binance chart, and by the end of this video, you should be able to know what price we're going to see CHR heading to in the first quarter, the end of December and the first quarter of 2022. So this is an overview based on weekly chart. Now, weekly chart gives us a a very easy way to predict monthly, right? To predict monthly. The reason being that weekly chart takes time to run out, unlike using lower time frames. So we're going to be working with weekly chart, daily chart, and a little of 4 hours chart. The reason is for the sake of those who do daily trading. So this analysis, don't get frightened if it start playing out a little bit early second week or third week of December or so. So because it's weekly, we're going to start the analysis on, and I'm going to be drawing my chart from scratch. So if you are new to technical analysis, do not worry. Trust me, I'm going to be explaining each word that I use and why I place every line anywhere I place it. Mind you, my technical analysis are all developed by me. So whatever strategy I'm using here, just know that it is personally developed by Bitcoin Gorilla for Makaveli traders. So the Bitcoin Gorilla box strategy we're going to be using, we're only going to be employing two tools. That is the rectangle tools and the trend line. Nothing more, nothing less. No indicator, no indicator. It's a pure price action analysis. That is why before I jump into it, let me tell you about Makaveli traders. Now, Makaveli traders is a decentralized community of traders who believe in pure price action. We use price action as well as other means to get to trade. You will trade live with me, and I will train you on how to use my strategy and everything I know about crypto since I started trading. I will train you for 3 months live on Zoom. And not just that, mind you, you're going to get access to all my trade. I tell you whatever I'm trading, whenever I'm trading it. Futures, spot, I tell you my position, you enter with me and you exit when I exit. So the ride is together, and it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. So you don't need to worry about much. Trust me, if you want to join Makaveli Trader, I'll leave the free link to the Telegram channel below. And let's jump right into it. No, we're going to first start. I said I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm going to try to get the levels on CHR. What are these levels? These levels are support and resistance areas, right? So you can see support and resistance, right? So I am looking at support and resistance. What are these lines? Support and resistance is that area on your chart where price got to. For instance, price was going down. So let's zoom in. You can see price, you can see that here we see price going down, but got to this level, couldn't go down anymore, and then turn. So I'm going to place a line right there. So that is the point where it couldn't go down anymore, and it changed direction and started moving all the way up again. Now it got to this point again, it stopped moving. This point is called resistance, right? And then it started going down again. It's seeking forward a point where it will go to and stop falling and then change direction. It got to this point, it stopped falling. This is called the support area. So when I talk about support and resistance, you will know. So this is another resistance, this is another support, and that is how it's done. So that is why I have picked this level. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the rest of the obvious levels on my chart. Now, this, mind you, is weekly chart. So we are starting with a higher time frame. So my analysis, most times I do see in the comment sections, please beware of scammers in the comment section. I will not tell you to go and trade with anybody. Makaveli Traders is a place you get trained. I am not going to tell you to go and trade with anybody. Anybody on the comment section saying anything is not from Makaveli Traders. Please beware of scammers telling you to go and trade with so telling you to do this or drop this money or any giveaway. For now, we're not doing any giveaway. So please beware of scammers. So let's go back into our chart. Now I have picked the most important levels. Now the one thing about these levels, about support and resistance, let me share a secret with you, is that support and resistance always break. Am I making sense? What I'm trying to say, let me clear it. is that support and resistance is like a bed, a Dunlop, right? When you jump on the Dunlop, if your weight is too strong, it is capable of tearing. It's capable of like destroying the Dunlop, and you find yourself falling through the Dunlop. Example of that situation is right here, right? You can see price diving through the Dunlop, going. And one thing about Dunlop is at some point when you are reaching the ground level of that Dunlop, you find yourself bouncing again, right? And jumping. That's what happened. But when they came again, they slashed through the Dunlop, the same drama, but you can see them, the Dunlop is holding them here. So always treat support and resistance as a Dunlop. And because I see support and resistance as a Dunlop, I treat it as an area, which means it, even though it can stop the first time he hit it, the next time it comes to it, it can go a little bit down. But that does not mean that it's no longer on a support. So to do that, I am going to contain all my dramas in a box. What are the dramas? The point where price really struggles, right, to move forward. So I can see that since price got to this point, this is the entire struggle on the weekly chart. Now I can tell you the reason why I draw this is because of the monthly chart, because it's easier to be contained. So this bigger box, see it as the box from the monthly chart, right? So see this box as the box from the monthly chart. I need to take this line down because of the monthly chart, because of this breakout right here. So see this box as the, because of this breakout, that's why I place this, right? So you can see that. So don't worry, I'll deal with this part. So that's why I'm going to extend my box, right? So my box on the monthly says here. So I'm now going back to the weekly chart. So now I'm back to the weekly chart. Now I want to find the area of this big box, right? The entire drama that has happened on CHR since the breakout from this downside is all here. And the drama, the support area of that drama is right there. Right there. That's the support area of that drama. So that's what is drama. I'm talking about that place that gives me some certain reason to take note of that. Remember, I say it's an area, a support. You take note of that bounce between up and down move. Now, I want to get the same thing. Just like the top, there's also, just like the bottom, there's also a top. Like I said, the bottom is always called what? Support. The top is always called resistance. So this is my resistance area on the box. So now I am going to what? I've gotten this. I want to go to daily chart. So now I'm on daily chart. Look what my chart looks like. You can see what my chart looks like, right? So this is what my chart looks like. Right. So now I can see that before, after the first breakout, after I had the first breakout here, there was a pullback, and this is the ground floor of the support. But then I had another breakout. Yeah, overcoming the last all-time high, giving me a new all-time high at 1.48, right? So I have to take note of what happened before that breakout. I can see there's a lot of drama that happened. This time around, the drama I'm talking about is sideways market. So I can see the sideways market right here, right? I can see the sideways market right there. So I want to change the color of that box to probably blue, the inside to blue. Now, this box is a very important box to me. Why? It's telling me the point where all the previous drama happened. Now, within this box, I can also tell you that there is an extended resistance area of this box, right? Which is here. Just like I found the inside of the support and resistance area of the other box, I'm also going to find the support and resistance area of this new box. So I'm also going to change the color. Now, it's very simple. You just have to know the box, locate the support and resistance area. If you want to learn how to draw this box, like I said, come to Makaveli Traders and we're going to train you on how to draw this box. You're going to get trained for complete 3 months live with me, and you're going to, after the training, I'm going to be there to answer you for life. Anytime you call on me, I will be answering you. If I'm not there, somebody's going to be there to answer you. Whatever you have, it's a family. We share, we trade together, we share our trade together, so you will never be left out. Even if you don't know what to trade, we have coin recommendations to trade all the time. But mind you, we don't give signals, we teach you how to create these signals yourself. So here's the thing, you can see price, you can see our first return was on that box. When price first broke above the box, Price came for a retest of the box. Now, in price action, what is a retest? A retest is whenever price breaks above a resistance, it always come back to confirm that that breakout is not a fake out. What is a fake out? A fake out is when price breaks out and then return all of it. Example 3 is here, right? Price broke this resistance area, went all the way up, but you can see what happened. It returned back to the last line. That's a fake out, right? That's a fake out of this. So everything that happens above this line is a fake out, right? But if you are using my price action, you wouldn't have considered it a fake out. If instead you would have considered it an opportunity. Because why? In the reason that price has returned here, what we had here is called a retest. Others might call it a fake out. I call it a retest. Why? It retested the previous breakout. Like I said, I didn't draw the previous box, right? But there should be a box that will contain everything that happened here. So you see that the previous breakout happened here and price came to retest it, right? Now we are having another breakout of another box, and now we are having another retest of it. I don't know if you understand. So this retest that happened is again coming to happen. So we are likely going to see price stopping at 3 points. Now it's getting close to support, but it is not totally on support. Here's the reason. It's in the middle of nowhere. Now, in my trading, I call the middle of my box the middle of nowhere. So the middle of my biggest box right now is right here. It's somewhere around right here. If I'm to draw it, the middle of the biggest box is somewhere around right here. I call it the middle of nowhere. It's somewhere here. So let me change the color of that middle box. Oh, what color should we use? White. So you see the middle. This is obviously the middle of this box. If you check it, it is literally the middle. Or let me even take it here. It's the middle between this point. Is the middle between this point and this point. It might not be equal, but it's close to equal. So you can see how each time price gets around it, drama. It gets around it, drama. It falls right back. Now price got here again, it bounced right back up. It's going to come right to it and it's going to bounce again. But here is the point. So what I expect is that price is going to come here to this point and have a bounce. So where it is in the middle of nowhere, but there are chances of a bounce. Now, chances that when it bounce, it goes up and return back because the major support is right here. That's where the major support is right now, around the middle of the nowhere where we are. So that's where I see the major support. So if price go as far as 0.4, I do see that on worst case scenario, maybe 2022, maybe along 2020. But here's the thing, there's a chance, high chances that we're going to bounce around 0.8 from this point, 0.8 to 0.7. At worst, we see ourselves heading, we see CHR heading to 0.63, right? That's what I see. So for me, what I intend doing CHR is, now let's talk about the bias line, right? Let's talk about these buyers and sellers in terms of line, right? So let's take this box out. So these buyers and sellers, if I'm to draw the trend line they are respecting so far, I think I should start it. Let's start with the second breakout since the retest. So since the retest, we have them obeying this bias trend line. So this bias trend line obviously is telling us that somehow in the future, maybe around first quarter, maybe February, March, April. So we're going to have CHR returning to 0.49 area. This point. You see this point? This meeting point is very important because this is what they are respecting right now. So we could have price get to this point and bounce and go back, and then we have to take note that even if price bounce and get, there's a resistance around 1.12 area, all the way there's another resistance 1.4. So we are not going to see a new all-time high. I don't expect a new all-time high. So it's either we have price move like this, that is if the bulls are really still strong, or sorry, is the if the bulls are still strong, they are going to definitely get to this support. No two ways about it. But when they get to this support, they are going to move. It's either they get rejected here. If they fail, if the sellers are not strong enough to get them rejected here, the sellers are going to get them rejected in this point. So whichever point they get to, depend on the bull pressure, depend on the strength of the buyers. You can never tell the strength of buyers because you don't know who is going to walk into the market tomorrow morning and just buy maybe 1 trillion worth of um chroma. This is why price action trading, we are always depending on the price movement, supply and demand. So if the supply is too much, we have price, we definitely get to this point. And I hopefully it doesn't fall below it. We just this there's enough demand. There should be enough demand to hold it at least between this point, from this point to this point, right? So it will now bounce and then return, right? At this 1.2 is going 1.12 is going to return. At was 1.2 is going to return, and it's going to return to that what that 1.7. I hope this time around it doesn't reach 1.6. There will be a lot of dramas that will move like this until we see CHR get to this 1.49 to 1.4 5. I don't see CHR coming, but if now mind you, the last retest return to the complete retest. Now, that is if the buy pressure continues, they will keep this bias line. But I always like staying open minded. So for now, I'm not really buying CHR. I like staying open minded. Why am I on? You can trade it on daily, on futures, or anything. But in a long time, if you're looking for long projection, I think you can get it in a better, much better price. Now, if we're respecting this bias line and the buy demand continues, we're going to see price taking this move that is choppy to this point, just like it took around this point, right? It's going to take that move and respect this line. Now, depending on the supply, there could be a stop loss hunt. Now, on price action, we call that a spring. A spring breaks a support. Now, if it breaks a support, then there's high chances of it returning to this point. I do see this 1.3 to 1.29 coming, right? This area is a high chance of returning. That 1.4 to 1.29 is there's chances there that CHR could get to that point. But the good thing is we're not going to likely break below this biggest box. So we could return to this bottom of the inner box if the sell pressure continue. But I do see price likely holding around this 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. But before even we get to that point, that's around, I said, March, April. For now, we're going to get a bounce. We're going to get a bounce around 1.8 or so, or 1.7 or so. But before 1.6, we're going to get a bounce. A bounce to take us back to 1.1 or 1.12. Thank you for watching. I remain Bitcoin Gorilla. If you've not subscribed and you find this video quite interesting, please do subscribe, because I make videos update all the time. And do give me a thumbs up. Just like this video to support us. This is a new channel and we're trying to grow, and we will need people like you as part of the community. So subscribe and join and get daily update and give us and show us some love with your like. Thank you. Happy trading.